So yesterday we were discussing about maxima and minima. I hope you can hear me. Is my voice audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, okay. So yesterday we were discussing about just the maxima and minimum. Maximum matlab the maximum value and minimum matlab the minimum value of the function. So we have seen sometimes there may be both maximum and minimum. Sometimes there won't be any maximum or minimum. Sometimes there will be maximum value but no minimum value. Sometimes there will be minimum value but no maximum value. And we have seen some examples also. So we will see some more questions like f of x is equal to absolute value of x plus 2 minus 1. We are not going to draw the graph of all those. We will do this algebraically itself. We know that absolute value of x plus 2, this is always positive, because it's absolute value, modulus is always positive. So absolute value of x plus 2 minus 1, दोनों साइड से नेगेटिव कम किया, नेगेटिव 1 सब्ट्रैक्ट किया, so it is greater than or equal to minus 1. इसका मीनिंग है this is nothing but your f of x. So your f of x is always greater than or equal to minus 1. That implies f of x is having a minimum value is equal to minus 1 because सभी values f of x का value minus 1 or greater than minus 1 है. So minimum value minus 1 and it occurs when x plus 2 is equal to 0. x plus 2 when x plus 2 is equal to 0 तभी वो minus 1 मिलेगा. Of course when x plus 2 is equal to 0, x plus 2 is equal to 0 है तो function का value 0 minus 1 आएगा. So that means x is equal to minus 2. That means this function has a minimum value and the minimum value is minus 1 and it occurs at the point x is equal to minus 1. And you know that graph of modulus functions, it is V-shaped graph. So it is not, there is no maximum value because you can see that function value is greater than or equal to minus 1. minus 1 से ज़्यादा कोई भी value वो ले सकते हैं. Another question देखो. G of x is equal to, see it is not always possible to find it by algebraically, but they will ask you only that type of function which you can find it algebraically. Modulus of x plus 1 minus of modulus of x plus 1 plus 3. So here also we know that modulus of x plus 1 is always positive. We multiply with negative on both sides, negative into modulus of x plus 1. So when you multiply with negative on both sides, the inequality symbol flips. Then add 3 on both sides. If you add or subtract same number on both sides, the inequality does not change. Only if you multiply with a negative number or divide with a negative number, the inequality flips. That means your function here g of x, your function g of x is less than or equal to 3. That implies g of x ka value either 3 or less than 3. That means g of x, the function, is having a minimum value, sorry, maximum value, the less than or equal to 3. So a maximum value of 3 and which occurs at x plus 1 is equal to 0. That means that x is equal to minus 1. And here there is no minimum value because the value is, the function value is always less than or equal to 3. That means maximum you will get 3 and there is no minimum value. You can see that modulus function is always V-shaped, but because of the minus sign here, there will be a reflection. So it will be like this. The V shape will be in the reverse form. The graph will be like this only, this type of graph. First case, the graph will be V-shaped like this. So that is why there is a minimum value. There is no maximum value, but here there is maximum value because of this negative side. It is a reflection along the y-axis, x-axis. So if you draw the graph, it will be like this. So we got the maximum value is 3 and the maximum value occurs at the point minus 1. Similarly, some other functions like h of x is equal to sine 2x plus 5. What can you say about this? Does this function has a maximum or minimum? What about, you can say, what about this function sine 2x plus 5? This is a trigonometric function. So whether this function is having a maximum value or minimum value. Hello? Are you there? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what about this function sine 2x plus 5? Is this function is having a minimum value or maximum value? How can we do this? The trigonometry function sine x or sine 2x, whatever it is, its value is always between minus 1 and 1, right? Sine of something, whatever it is, 2x का value जो भी आने दो, sine is always lies between minus 1 and 1. So just add 5 on both sides. So minus 1 plus 5. So everywhere I'm adding 5. Sine 2x plus 5. 1 plus 5. Minus 1 plus 5 is 4. Sine 2x plus 5 is your function. 5 plus 1 is 6. So that means your function lies between 4 and 6. So you can say that minimum value is equal to 4. Maximum value is equal to 6. And do you know when this minimum value? This minimum value is 4 when sine 2x is equal to -1. जब sin 2x -1 होगा तब minimum value 4 मिलेगा. Similarly, maximum value 6 मिलेगा when sin 2x is equal to 1. Understood? Is it clear? Now another function f of x is equal to modulus sine 4x plus 3. This function, what is the minimum value or maximum value if it exists? Exist करते हैं तो. So same logic we can apply. Sine 4x is always lies between -1 and 1. तो इंस्टेड आप देखेंगे इधर 3 ऐड किया, सो हर जगह 3 ऐड कर देना. -1 + 3 less than or equal to sine 4x plus 3 less than or equal to 1 plus 3, that is 2 less than or equal to, this is your function, or sine 4x plus 3 less than or equal to 4. Then take modulus on both sides. So that means modulus of 2 is 2 less than or equal to, this is your function, less than or equal to 4. So you can say that this has a minimum value 2 and maximum value 4. And one more function, h of x is equal to x plus 1 when x belongs to -1, 1. So what you can say about this? What you can say about this? So I hope you can hear me, somebody to reply.
Yes.
Whether this function has a minimum value or maximum value. देखो, there is a problem here, like, so देखो already दिया है कि x is between -1 and 1. So what they said is it is between -1 and 1. You can see that, look at that, that interval is open interval. That means x cannot take the value -1, x cannot take the value 1. So that means x is between -1 and 1. So here I'm x, so 1 add karo har jagah, so -1 plus 1 less than x plus 1 less than 1 plus 1. -1 plus 1 is 0, x plus 1 less than 2. That means your function f of x is your function, or g of h of x is your function. H of, that means your function range is set of all real numbers between 0 and 2. See, it will not take the value 0. So we cannot say 0 is the minimum value because that is not the value of the function. It is outside thing, because the function will never take the value 0. The function will never take the value 2. The function will take all the values between 0 and 2. So is there any minimum value? And maximum value. We can't say there is a minimum value, because what is the number after 2, the first number after 0, that will be the minimum value. What is the first number after 0? First real number after 0. So that we cannot say, because it's open interval, we cannot say which is the number, the first real number after 0. So there is no minimum value. And the maximum value is the last real number just before 2. And we cannot say a particular number, so there is no maximum value. But उन्होंने ऐसे दिया था, मान लीजिए if x belongs to minus closed interval -1 1, -1 भी है, 1 भी है, included है. If that is the case, then you can say that minimum value is equal to 0, maximum value is equal to 2. Okay. And ऐसे भी नहीं, जैसे general h of x is equal to x plus 1, depending on the, then domain is set of all real numbers. Set of all real numbers is x plus 1. The graph is, we know that the graph is always a straight line. It will go on like this. It is a straight line. So no maximum, no minimum. So depending on the situation. So here, in the given question, it was open interval -1 1. So between -1 1, the function will take values between 0 and 2. We cannot say a particular number is the smallest one, because the smallest number is the first real number after 0. That we cannot specifically say, so there is no minimum value. The maximum value is the real number just before 2. That also we cannot specifically say, so that is why there is no maximum value. Now, if instead of this open interval -1 1, if they give the closed interval -1 1, then there is a minimum value. Minimum value is 0, and the maximum value is 2. Or in general, the function is given like this. The function is equal to x plus 1 for all real numbers. So we know that it's a linear function. Linear function graph is a straight line. So I say तो कोई maximum value भी नहीं, कोई minimum value भी नहीं. Okay. Okay, fine. Now listen carefully. Now we are going to discuss the most important points. See, if I draw one graph like this, see, I say graph draw here. So whatever this is, maybe your x-axis or this the x-axis and y-axis. You can see that here the graph is moving down. Here the graph is moving up. So is there any maximum value? There is no maximum. There is no minimum. Correct? Because here you can see that the function is going down like this here. So it will go on downwards. So you cannot find a minimum value. And here you can see the graph is moving up. It is moving up like that. It is going on. So that means you cannot find a maximum value. So for this function, there is no minimum or no maximum. Now we can see, look at this point. If you look at this particular point, you can see that there, if you look at that particular locality, in that particular locality or particular interval, or that much area, you can see that there is a maximum. This is the maximum. Here, see, it's a maximum. If you look at the small interval for that, like say here, only up to if you consider only this much interval, we can see that in this particular interval here, or in this particular locality, that is a maximum. Not only up to there, it is up to here actually. That is a maximum value. And if you look at here, this portion, this value, you can see that that value is a minimum value in that particular locality. And here again, as maximum value, here again a minimum value in this particular locality. These types of values, this is known as local, इसको बोलते हैं local maximum, इसको बोलते हैं local minimum. This is local maximum, इसको बोलते हैं local minimum. मीन्स सिंपल वर्ड्स में बोलेंगे तो local maximum मतलब for some particular interval or for a particular area, that is the maximum value. So here you can see that if you look at the graph from the left, minus infinity up to here, this is the maximum value. So in that locality, that is the maximum. Similarly, here in the locality, this is the minimum, and here in the locality, it is the maximum, and here in the locality, it is the minimum. So this is known as local maximum or local minimum, local maximum or local minimum. Abhi, what is the relation of this local maximum or local minimum with our concept derivative? So local maximum तो left side में आप देखो function क्या हो रहे, function is increasing ना, function is increasing, increasing करके increase करके increase करके increase करके एक maximum value आ गया, then it will decrease. So left side function is increasing, local maximum का left side f of x, whatever your function. So if this is your function y is equal to f of x का graph, whatever the function, f of x is increasing. Then right side देखो, right side में देखो, you can see that the function is decreasing. F of x is decreasing. F of x is decreasing. And so f of x is increasing मतलब हमने देखा था increasing मतलब derivative f dash x is positive, then we say the function is increasing. Function decreasing मतलब f dash x is negative, f dash x is negative. Derivative less than 0, then function is decreasing. Derivative greater than 0, function is increasing. And look at that particular point. In that particular point, derivative matlab slope of the tangent. If you draw tangent at that particular point, you can see that the tangent is horizontal. You can see. Dekho. So in that particular point, f dash x is equal to 0. Not only at local maximum, at the point where the local minimum, if you draw tangent at that particular point, you can see that local maximum or local minimum, उस points में tangents are horizontal. So sub point में f dash x I'm sorry, f dash x is equal to 0. सो इसमें से एक चीज हमें पता चला है कि at local maximum or local minimum f dash x is equal to 0. So question will be like this: find the local maximum or local minimum if any. कोई local maximum नहीं तो कोई local minimum फंक्शन के लिए है तो वो निकालना है. So सबसे पहले ये आपको समझ में आना चाहिए कि local maximum और local minimum है तो उसी पॉइंट में डेरिवेटिव 0 होगा. उसका कारण ये है कि लोकल मैक्सिमम में नहीं है तो लोकल मिनिमम में जब आप टांजेंट्स ड्रॉ करेगा दैट टांजेंट विल बी हॉरिजॉन्टल. हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन का स्लोप इज ऑलवेज 0. सो एफ डैश एक्स इज इक्वल टू 0 वेयर वी हैव टू फाइंड इट आउट, क्योंकि लोकल मैक्सिमम और लोकल मिनिमम है तो एफ डैश एक्स 0 होगा. सो एफ डैश एक्स 0 आपको कुछ पॉइंट्स मिलेगा. So, उसी पॉइंट में दो चांसेस है, लोकल मैक्सिमम हो सकते हैं, लोकल मिनिमम हो सकते हैं. सो कैसे समझ में आएगा लोकल मैक्सिमम है क्या, लोकल मिनिमम है क्या, कैसे समझ में आएगा? हाउ कैन वी अंडरस्टैंड इट इज ए लोकल मैक्सिमम और लोकल minimum? How can we understand it is a local maximum, local minimum? Anybody? Anybody? लोकल मैक्सिमम और लोकल मिनिमम है तो एफ डैश एक्स 0 होगा. सो जब हम एफ डैश एक्स 0 कौन सा पॉइंट में होते हैं निकालने के बाद हमको पॉइंट मिलेगा. सो वो पॉइंट के लिए दो चांसेस है, हो सकते हैं लोकल मैक्सिमम होगा, कभी लोकल मिनिमम भी होगा. राइट? सो how can we find it out? It is a local maximum point or it is a local minimum point. How can we identify? Anybody? Anybody can tell? No idea? सात पुते? आप लोग कुछ पढ़ाई वगैरह कुछ नहीं, ध्यान नहीं दे रहे क्या? गणेश नहीं तो बोबडे, कोई भी, कोई थे, तुकाराम, संजीत. Like anybody can say, see, at local maximum or local minimum, derivative is equal to 0. So that we have seen here, because local maximum और local minimum है तो tangent draw करेंगे तो tangent horizontal आएगा. तो horizontal line का slope 0. That means f dash x is equal to 0. So f dash x is equal to 0 है तो two options are here. Local maximum होगा, local minimum होगा. ये हमें कैसे पता चलेगा वो local maximum है क्या, local minimum है क्या, ये कैसे पता चलेगा? How can we understand that?
सर एक्स हम डेरिवेटिव लेंगे ना तो उसके पीछे के वैल्यू का और आगे के वैल्यू का डेरिवेटिव निकालेंगे. अगर पीछे की वैल्यू का डेरिवेटिव पॉजिटिव आएगा तो वो मैक्सिमम होगा और पहले का नेगेटिव आएगा तो मिनिमम होगा. Yeah,
of course. We got a point here. Say here is a point. So this is our point, right? So उसका लेफ्ट साइड में एफ डैश एस का साइन चेक करना, कोई भी पॉइंट लेके. सो लेफ्ट साइड में एफ डैश एक्स, लेफ्ट साइड में एफ डैश एक्स पॉजिटिव और राइट साइड में एफ डैश एक्स नेगेटिव. Then that means the point is local maxima, क्योंकि लेफ्ट साइड में फंक्शन इंक्रीजिंग. देन राइट साइड में फंक्शन डिक्रीजिंग, देन दैट पॉइंट इज अ लोकल मैक्सिमम पॉइंट. देन point you can see that here left side local minima का देखो left side में function decreasing, so f dash x less than 0. right side में function increasing, that means left side में f dash x का sign less than 0, right side में f dash x का sign greater than 0, right? Then it is point is local minimum, local minimum. Understood? Left side में derivative positive, right side में derivative means increasing then decreasing, then it is local maximum. Left side में decreasing, f dash x less than 0, that is decreasing, then right side में increasing, that means it is local minimum. So this is the way to check whether that point is a local maximum or local minimum. So क्वेश्चन आएगा फाइंड द लोकल मैक्सिमम और लोकल मिनिमम. सबसे पहले हमें ये निकालने की कौन सा पॉइंट में डेरिवेटिव 0 है. डेरिवेटिव 0 है तो उसी पॉइंट में लोकल मैक्सिमम लोकल मिनिमम हो सकते हैं. सो फॉर दैट यू हैव टू चेक द साइन. लेफ्ट साइड में डेरिवेटिव पॉजिटिव, राइट साइड में नेगेटिव है तो देन इट इज लोकल मैक्सिमम. लेफ्ट साइड में लेस देन 0 डेरिवेटिव, राइट साइड में ग्रेटर देन 0 है तो लोकल मिनिमम. ओके, अगर कोई साइन चेंज नहीं हो गया, ऐसे भी हो सकते हैं ना, ऐसे हो सकते हैं कि आप